this video, we are going to do a final walkthrough of the custom 50 by 60 hangar home that I built at 12901 Wilderness Trail. It's as calm a day as you can get here in Amarillo, so hopefully the exterior portion, the wind noise isn't too bad. But let's go ahead and start by doing a walk around of the outside of the home. So as you can see here, we have the driveway which comes all the way out to the street. So we did go with a paved concrete driveway. I'm pretty sure it is 290 feet, if I remember correctly, to get that driveway all the way back to the garage on the side of the house. You can also see that we have installed some split rail fence that goes all the way around the property. I think it turned out really nice, looks really good, and helps define the property lines. So along this west side, our property line is defined here by this yellow stake. It is a capped rebar stake, but I have some fill dirt come in to slope away from the driveway. So I marked that stake with this yellow stake right here. So this is going to be the southwest corner of the lot. Over here on the northwest corner of the lot, our lot is defined by this power pole. So that power pole is the stake that defines that northwest corner. So the split rail fence is just a couple feet off of the property line along this west side, but on the south side here and on the north side, it is exactly on the property line. So this is the property line on the south side, and then over there on the north side, that fence is once again on the property line. As we continue walking down the driveway towards the house, they're kind of hard to see because they're still so small, but we have planted a series of oak seedlings. I think there's 17 of them or so, but they start all the way back there. There's going to a line of oak tree seedlings that goes here, and then a line of oak tree seedlings that follows parallel to the driveway. I have also trenched in a watering system for those so that even though they're nice and small now, in 10 years, I think they'll look really, really great, add a lot of character to the lot. As we continue walking up the driveway, the first thing we come up onto is we come up onto a 12 by 18 foot greenhouse that I installed. I bought this as a greenhouse kit from Mueller. It is so the same manufacturer that actually provided all the materials for the building itself, but I bought the kit from Mueller. It was just kind of a bolt together kit, but I did pour the concrete foundation myself. So I put all the concrete foundation. Here in these buckets, these are some spare oak seedlings to replace ones that may potentially die. But here you can see that there is a kind of a concrete runner foundation that goes all the way around this greenhouse. And then on the inside, I did put down weed barrier and gravel floor. So it is a really, really nice space. This year, we are not doing much of a garden as we're trying to sell the house and get ready to move. But this is what the inside of the greenhouse looks like. Like I say, a nice space, a wonderful space if you want to have a garden. I guess for people that maybe don't know, the big purpose out here for having a greenhouse and a garden is we do not want to encourage animals to come out onto the active airport. So all of this area is considered an active airport. It's surrounded by high fence, and we are trying to discourage deer and stuff from coming out because they could just go right over that way and be on the runway. And we don't want to do that. So anything that you have that with edible plants or gardens, we want to keep inside of the greenhouse. Okay. Continuing on, we get up here to the exterior of the house itself. It is a 50 by 60 metal building, so 50 by 60 metal building, and you'll see that we added an 8-foot depth wraparound porch, which goes quite a distance. I do not know the length about it, but it goes on this side, it's going to be 30 feet, and it's at least that on this side. So probably about 60 foot worth of length, 8 foot worth of depth. So a really, really nice covered outdoor space if you want to use it for having seating and all sorts of other things. We have taken them down now, but what we did have is we did have rope lights, you know, the light bulbs that hang from like a string of light bulbs that we had hung underneath here, and it gave it a really kind of nice diffused light during the night to try and keep kind of bugs down. We have two 9-foot garage doors right here that enter into the hangar side. We'll get into that here in a second, and as we continue on, you can see the concrete that has access out to the taxiway. So this is the concrete that you could follow if you were a pilot and you had a plane. This concrete will lead out to the taxiway. The taxiway was just resurfaced last year, so it's in really, really good shape. And then just up there beyond the hill is the runway itself. I think the runway was resurfaced 2 years ago now, but once again, they're both recently resurfaced in really excellent shape. And then from here, we can turn around and you can see the hangar door opening into the shop. So this is a higher power hangar door. It is 42 foot wide by 14 foot tall. As we continue kind of our walk around outside the exterior of the house, here we can see once again this north side of the split rail fence is the property line. It's exactly along the property line. So you can see how far the property extends to the north side of the house. As we come out to here, you can see the access hatches to the septic tank, and then running west from here, the leach field is right through here. So all the leach lines are all directly this way. From right here, I'm standing directly on top of the septic tank right now. And then right here, you can see the outdoor unit for the multi-zone mini split system that I installed in this property. A couple windows for the kitchen, but really not a whole lot to see over here on the north side of the house. I guess I should point out just while we're here, coming in right here, so of course you have, this is where the electric panel is down here. So the electric panel going into the main breaker box. So this is where our electric meter is. And then you can see some clean outs for going to the septic right now. I have left them long because my intent, if we were gonna live here longer, was I was gonna put probably 4 or 5 foot of gravel all the way around the house, but we have not ended up doing that. You could also pave and put a nice little paved walkway around the house if you were interested. And then here, coming into the house, this is where the internet comes into the house. It is trenched back to the pole, that main pole that we said defines the corner property, but it is fiber. So we do have fiber optic internet running into the house. Continuing on, we can walk onto the porch from this side. What we have coming out of here is, this is just a short hose run, but here buried in the ground, stubbing up out of the ground, is water supply that I've trenched in to run to the greenhouse. So you can continue on here, but you can see that's where water ties into the greenhouse back there. There is a buried access port inside of this. There is a shutoff valve so that you can use the water to water the trees. So you can either turn the water on to the trees or turn the water off to the trees and have water just go to the greenhouse wherever you need the water to go. So once again, walking through the porch, a great kind of outside area. It's a ton of square footage. If you had a lot of outdoor furniture, you could do some really great stuff with this space. Because I spent so much time talking about the corners of the lot over on the west side, let's do the same thing on the east side. You can see from right here, I have a T-post driven in the ground. This is going to mark the southeast corner. This T-post, I just drove it right next to the capped rebar from the actual survey. And the same thing over here. You can see if I walk over there, there is another T-post that I drove into the ground, which marks the corner of the lot. So technically, everything to the east of this T-post is airport property, but of course you maintain it as the owner, and you have the pavement. So even though I'm standing on the property line right now, everything to this side is airport property, everything to this side is my property, but I did have to pay for that concrete to be installed back out to the taxiway as well. So as I mentioned previously, it is a 50 by 60 metal building, which I have essentially cut in half. So as we walk into the hangar side, you can tell that I am not a pilot. I use it mostly as a workshop, but the hangar side of the building is 30 by 50. So you have a 1,500 square foot hangar. And you can see how kind of what the inside size of it looks like. Also, access into the hangar is granted by the 2 garage doors. So these are 9-foot wide by 7-foot tall garage doors. You can see that we went with the tracks that go straight up the wall so you don't lose any overhead space. I had originally done that in order to install a 2-post lift here, was what my eventual plan was going to be. But that was why I wanted that additional overhead space. They are automatic garage doors, so they do go up and down with the motors that you see mounted there. And then other from that, I guess as you see on this north side is the staircase to access the area above the living area. So let's kind of step back out and take a look at it. So the hangar is 30 by 50, and at the same time, the live-in portion is 30 by 50. So where you see that big cedar wall, everything to the west of that or on the other side of that is going to be the living area. So that is also going to be 30 by 50. Now, additionally, we have a staircase over here to access that additional room upstairs. So you can go up this staircase and you have access to the full additional 1,500 square foot upstairs if for storage or for more additional shop space. I do want you to know that when I sized the floor joists for this upstairs and I put down 3/4 inch subfloor, all of this is ready to be framed in if you wanted to add additional living space upstairs. Okay, and then heading back down the stairs, you can see here is the main outlet or the main breaker panel that we showed where the meter was on the outside. This is the location of the main electrical breaker. And then as a good use of space, I'm actually gonna have to pull some stuff out of the way. As a good use of space, and so I didn't have to sacrifice any of that upstairs room for utilities. I built a utility closet here under the stairs. So this entire door hinges open. So it would hinge all the way flat to the wall. So that entire door hinges all the way open. And here you can access the pressure tank for the house, the hot water heater, and there is a whole house water softener system that I've installed because we are on well water, which is pretty hard. And so we do have a whole house water softening system. So there is the resin tank, and then the brine tank is back there, and a bunch of extra salt. But I do have all of this plumbing installed in order to isolate parts of the house, run just hot water, just cold water. There's all sorts of valves that I've included in order to bypass certain things should you need to troubleshoot or shut off water to the house. Okay, continuing onward, over here in this back corner of the shop, where all the ladders are right now, that is where the hydraulic tank and the hydraulic motor for the higher power door is installed. So there is the controls right there, the open close controls sitting on top. So we can step back and we can take a look at the higher power door. So this is the other side. The beauty of these higher power doors, if you've never seen them before, I really encourage you to go look at some of the cool videos they have on their website, but they are completely independent of the building structure. So they have videos of the door just being mounted, just these columns where you see these hydraulic cylinders being mounted, and then these kind of guides for the rollers to go up to. They have just these columns and the doors mounted to a slab with no building installed at all, and they can cycle the building up and down. So these doors are completely independent of your building. They don't need your building at all, and it's a really kind of a cool feature, and I think they work absolutely great. I haven't had any problems, been extremely happy with mine. One last piece of functionality that I want to mention about the hangar side is off of the pressure tank and the water closet, there is a hose spigot or a hose bib. Right here on this wall, there is a 30 amp RV outlet. So this is a normal RV outlet. And then there is also a sewer hookup, as you can can see right there underneath my filing cabinets here, but you have everything that you need in order to hook up an RV inside this space. In fact, while I was building the home, my wife and I actually lived in an RV, which we had parked right here. I'm sorry, a travel trailer. We lived in a travel trailer that we had parked right here. And finally, we can go ahead and move on into the interior. So when you walk through the front door, you walk right into kind of the combined living area, dining area, kitchen, open space concept kind of space. So the way that we have it organized right here is we have our couch on one side, and then we have the television over here along this wall. As you continue through, we get into the dining area. I have the dining table out right here, and then that leads straight into the kitchen. You can see on the wall that kind of divides the kitchen from the dining area. We do have some built-in cabinets with some shelves that go above them to kind of separate those two spaces. So built-in cabinets below. On this side of the dining area, we have the glass French doors which look into the shop or the hangar. So if you had a plane and you had a plane parked right outside, you would be able to see the plane from inside the house. As we walk into the kitchen is quite a large kitchen with a ton of cabinet space. So it kind of has this big horseshoe-shaped cabinet that goes all the way around, or countertops that go all the way around, with a big 3-foot by 6-foot island in the center. You see on the left-hand side, we have some double ovens that go next to these kind of large, tall cabinets. And on the opposite side, we have the refrigerator and a matching pair of tall cabinets. We do not have a pantry in this house. We use these tall cabinets as a pantry, so forgive me if it's super messy in here, but you can see they're quite deep. So you have quite a lot of pantry space between these two floor-to-ceiling cabinets, because you have one on this side and you also have one that's currently behind me. The microwave is over here above the cooktop, so everything in this kitchen is electric. So it's an electric cooktop and electric ovens, so we only have electric appliances. And of course we did kind of jump through it here, but we do have the refrigerator and the dishwasher stationed over here. The dishwasher is where it is located because it is draining into the shop sink. So it ties into the shop sink, which is just on the other side of this wall in order to drain. And then over here, we finally have this, the sink centered up on this back wall, and we have a really nice backsplash that I installed. So we have, wraparound backsplash that goes all the way around the U-shaped countertops. And I used that same tile just in a different configuration into a herringbone pattern that goes all the way up and fills that kind of whole niche behind the sink. Okay, so moving on from the sink, or sorry, not the sink, the kitchen, we'll walk back this way. We enter into a small kind of hallway. So this hallway has 3 doors that exit out of it. So right here in the hallway, the first thing that you have is we have the hall bathroom. The hall bathroom is a full bathroom with a shower, a tiled shower. It goes all the way up to the ceilings. The tile goes all the way up to the ceiling in here. So we have a shower and a tub in the hall bathroom. You can see the vanity that we have right here. So you have this vanity, and as I kind of walk my way back here, you have the same sort of large tile backsplash, which goes up to just below the light. So we have a tile backsplash around this vanity right here, which turned out very, very nice. Okay, from the left-hand side, as you walk into the hallway, you can enter into the guest bedroom / office. So we use this as both a guest bedroom, but we also use it as an office. So in my original design, I had planned for there to be a closet all along this back wall, but we decided we would have better use of this space if we turned it into kind of a his and hers office. So I've had these large built-ins. So this is just some cabinets here on the bottom, lower cabinets on the bottom, upper cabinets on the top, with some shelves above those or in between those upper cabinets. Gives us a space for two kind of workstations, and this is our his and hers office. We have a window in here, which you need for a bedroom, and then you have plenty of space. This is a queen size bed, plenty of space, and it's not pushed up to the wall. If you wanted to shove the bed all the way up to the wall, you could probably fit a king size bed in this space as well. Finally, we can continue on into the kind of the main suite, the primary suite. So here is our bedroom. We do have a king bed up here between the two windows on this wall. That's kind of how that works. Off of this side, there is my closet. So a double doors into this closet. If I go take a look at it, in my closet, we have kind of some built-ins, once again, lower cabinets and upper cabinets that go over here. And then I have some hanging space and storage space over on this side of the closet. So this is my closet. I also hung a mirror on the inside of that door. The other exit from the primary bedroom is another set of double doors, which goes into the kind of master bath. So in the master bath, we have two vanities. We have one vanity on this side, same sort of thing as in the hallway. We have this tile backsplash, which goes all the way up to the ceiling this time. So this entire area behind the vanity is got a tile backsplash. There's one vanity on this side, and then there is another vanity on this side. So there's two vanities, a his and her vanity. We have the large, it is a 4 foot by 6 foot walk-in shower. Now, due to us needing to get the house up for sale sooner rather than later, for watchers of the channel, I did sub out the tile for this. So I did pay someone to come in and do the tile after I did all the waterproofing. But here is what the finished product looks like. We have a doorway right here, and this doorway leads into the water closet. So we have a toilet. We have a toilet over on this side. Similar to the hall bathroom, we have some floating shelves. There's not a lot on them right now. We have some floating shelves above the toilet. And then as you come over this way, we have some storage area for a linen closet. So we use this area as a linen closet. It's kind of floor to ceiling cabinets, which we use in order to store sheets and towels. Finally, we have this one door on the far side of the bathroom, which leads to Kelly's walk-in closet. So I'll just do a real quick kind of pan through. She didn't really want to show a detail of her closet, but we haven't done anything finished out here, but it is I think about an 8 foot by a 9 foot walk-in closet. On this wall right here, we have a pocket door with a mirror in it. So we have the mirror built into the door as a good use of space. But on the other side of this pocket door is where we have the utility room. So the utility room, we have the washer and dryer with a folding table above it. We have some wire shelves above that. And then over here on this side, we have some access doors and cabinet in order to access the HVAC system. So here are the control distribution boxes for the HVAC system. And that is it. That is a quick tour of our house. It is, it's pretty small. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,500 square foot house. So we walked through it here, like I said, back into the master bedroom. And as we go out into the hallway, we can once again enter the main living area. You can see the front door now that we're looking at it from this side. I guess I didn't show you before, but this is what the front door looks like as you're walking from the dining area back in towards the living room. So you have the window there on the right, and then you have the 2 side lights on the front door to allow in some natural light. Well, all right, guys, that is going to do it for this video and maybe this entire build series. So this is episode 59 of a really long build series that I posted here on YouTube, and I think it may be the last one. I may do a video 60 in the future with a cost breakdown. We'll just see if I have time to do that later. But as of for now, we are going to go ahead and tidy up this house build here. So if you couldn't figure it out from other things that I was saying during the video, unfortunately, we are actually moving away from this house. So it's actually a bittersweet kind of thing. My wife got an amazing job opportunity out of state, so we're really excited about that. We absolutely couldn't say no to this job opportunity, but it is kind of a bummer that we aren't going to be able to live in this house and enjoy it for a lot longer. So as it turns out, like I say, we're trying to move, so this house is actually getting up for sale now, so I'm putting it on the sales pretty quickly after this video comes out. But that's really going to be it. So you got to see every part of this, building this hangar home, from designing the floor plan all the way up through all the finish work, and I got to give you a final walkthrough today. So for those of you that have seen all the videos, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that haven't seen any of the videos, please go through and watch them. It's a great source of information if you're thinking about building your own barn dominium or building your own hangar home. But with that, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I learned a ton, and I really enjoyed getting to build this house, and I really enjoyed sharing it with y'all.